My written diagnosis, I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder. What borderline personality disorder combined with bipolar disorder feels like. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to take you inside one of the most complex and emotional experiences a person can live through. What it feels like to have borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder at the same time. These are two diagnoses often misunderstood even individually, but when they exist together, the emotional world becomes something most people cannot imagine. It is not weakness, it is not attention-seeking, it is the experience of a mind that feels too deeply, too intensely, and sometimes too fast for the world around it. Today I want to give voice to that experience. The two disorders, emotional instability versus mood instability. To understand the combination, imagine two separate storms happening at once. Borderline personality disorder brings intense fear of abandonment, unstable relationships, emotional reactions that feel overwhelming, identity confusion, impulsive or self-destructive behavior, mood swings triggered by events or thoughts, a constant feeling of emptiness. Bipolar disorder brings episodes of depression, episodes of mania or hypomania, energy shifts, changes in sleep, impulsivity, racing thoughts, irritability, or euphoria. Individually, each disorder is challenging. Together, they create an emotional landscape that feels like a roller coaster built on top of an earthquake. The emotional intensity of borderline personality disorder mixed with bipolar depression. Bipolar depression is profound sadness, helplessness, and exhaustion. Borderline personality disorder adds emotional intensity that magnifies these feelings by tenfold. During depressive episodes, a person may feel abandoned even when surrounded by people, unloved, unwanted, or empty, overwhelmed by shame, desperate for reassurance but afraid to ask, crushed under emotional pain that feels physical, terrified of losing people, afraid of being too much or not enough. Borderline emotions are fast, intense, and volatile. Bipolar depression is deep, heavy, and slow. Together they create emotional pain that feels both sharp and suffocating. It's like drowning in still water while also being stabbed by waves. The chaotic energy of mania colliding with borderline personality disorder instability. Mania or hypomania is already a powerful force, racing thoughts, bursts of energy, impulsivity, and rapid emotions. But borderline personality disorder makes mania more explosive. People may experience impulsive decisions fueled by both manic impulsivity and borderline personality disorder's emotional urgency. Rapid shifts from excitement to rage to terror. Overwhelming confidence followed by overwhelming doubt. Intense sensitivity to rejection, even imagined rejection. Arguments or conflicts escalated by manic irritability. Reckless behaviors driven by both disorders. Mania speeds up the emotional reactions that borderline personality disorder already intensifies. It creates a state where feelings come too fast, thoughts come too loud, impulses come too easily, consequences come too late. It feels like having the gas pedal and the emotional fire alarm stuck on at the same time. The identity struggle. Both disorders affect identity, but in different ways. Borderline personality disorder creates shifting sense of self, feeling like a different person around different people. Confusion about values, goals, and identity. Bipolar disorder creates personality changes based on mood state. Depression making the person feel worthless. Mania making the person feel invincible or unstoppable. Together these create an inner world where the person may think, who am I today? Who will I be tomorrow? Do I even know who I am at all? The person is not faking. The brain literally shifts their identity and emotional experience multiple times a day. The fear of abandonment intensified by mood swings. One of the core features of borderline personality disorder is the overwhelming fear of being abandoned or rejected. Bipolar disorder adds instability that makes relationships even more fragile. A small text delay may feel like they're leaving me. A disagreement may feel like they hate me. A neutral expression may feel like I did something wrong. When mood swings occur, especially depression or mania, they amplify these fears. Depression says I'm unlovable. Borderline personality disorder says they're going to leave me. Mania says say something, do something, fix it now. This combination creates emotional reactions that feel life or death, even when the situations situation is minor or harmless. The interpersonal storm. Relationships can feel like walking on a tightrope during a hurricane. People with both disorders may love intensely, fear intensely, react intensely, apologize intensely, crave connection but panic when it happens, push people away out of fear they'll leave, pull people close out of fear of being alone. This isn't manipulation, it's survival. Their emotional world shifts too fast for others to keep up with and too fast for them to control. It's not that they don't want stable relationships, they simply feel emotions in high definition and live with a brain that changes channels without warning. Impulsivity, two disorders feeding one fire. Both borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder include impulsivity. Together, impulsive behavior becomes harder to resist. This may mean spending sprees, risky behaviors, impulsive relationships, sudden job changes, arguments that escalate quickly, self-harm urges during emotional pain, substance use, quitting or starting things on impulse. These actions are not about recklessness. They're about trying to manage overwhelming inner experiences. The person often regrets these behaviors deeply afterward, but in the moment the impulse feels like the only escape from emotional chaos. The constant internal conflict. People with both disorders live with internal contradictions, wanting closeness but fearing it, wanting stability but feeling unstable, wanting calm but feeling intense, wanting to trust people but fearing they'll disappear, wanting to be consistent but feeling emotionally unpredictable, wanting to stop the emotional roller coaster but not having the brakes. It's like being at war with your own brain, a war you didn't choose and can't walk away from. The pain and the strength. Despite the intense suffering that this combination causes, people with both borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder possess remarkable qualities: deep empathy, emotional awareness, honesty, creativity, intensity and love, resilience, self-reflection, courage to face emotional storms. They survive daily experiences that many people cannot imagine. They feel emotions at a level that would overwhelm most people. They rebuild themselves again and again. They are not weak. They are fighting battles with a level of emotional intensity most people will never feel. Conclusion: understanding creates compassion. Borderline personality disorder combined with bipolar disorder does not make someone difficult, dramatic, or dangerous. It makes them emotionally raw, psychologically sensitive, neurologically unstable, and incredibly human. They deserve compassion, not judgment, understanding, not fear, support, not rejection. When we understand what this combination feels like, we can help create a world where people living with it feel safer, more loved, and more understood. Thank you. In my written diagnosis from a psychologist, I was diagnosed with both borderline personality disorder and bipolar disorder.